Good morning, people. I know I'm starting a couple minutes early. I'm surprised I don't see Cucumber McCumber in the set since it's his set. Where are you, buddy? And we have the wonderful, wonderful Sunday gift of having Manuel Romero back with us. Where have you been, dude? Say in the chat. How did you just disappear? You know who else I realized also disappeared again? Was Jean-Francois. Where is that dude? That dude hasn't been around for a bit. So we've lost a few people here. I guess we've kind of gained a few people. Cucumber is one of those people that we've gained. Who I did see people talking about how we're backed up with sets these days, and we are. But to be honest, we wouldn't be that backed up if it wasn't for Cucumber McCumber, who has turned in 9 sets. So if he didn't turn in his 9 sets, we would actually be like this weekend or this next coming weekend we'll be caught up. But I did just receive a set from Mr. Colin Crompton Blimey himself. He has got something for us that will probably be in 2 weeks, is what I'm guessing. 2 weeks, but I have to look at it. Does anybody check the file that John Feedy and I have put out? Does anybody check that anymore, other than just like to see if there's a song on there that they missed? Because I try to keep it updated, kind of like letting you know when things are coming. So if you look on the list right now, I'm looking at it. I have it filled out all the way through Monday, October 3rd, which is in 2 weeks. So Timothy Curry is on Monday, October 3rd with his 2-song set. If somebody turns in 3 songs, then I'll, add those 3 songs to his set, and it'll be a double set. We haven't had one of those in a long time. So, yeah, you can see it's all lined up and ready to go. And then as we do a set like today's set, I'll just fill in the songs from that set, which is a good segue into the fact that, number one, yesterday's set, Mr. Michael Herman, I'm sorry to say your set has already been blocked because party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. Yeah, so that set's been blocked. I've put in a dispute for it, but it being that famous video, I don't think it's going to get unblocked. I really think it might stay blocked. Which then also reminds me that the set that I disputed that was my Casey Kasem's Top 40 with Curtains by Arcane. Remember that song? Blocked that video. Well, we disputed it, and it was back up on the list for quite a long time. Well, I just got an email last night that said that they reviewed my dispute, and the copyright still stands, so the video is blocked. So, that means 2 things. Number one, I went back to that video, and I cut out, or asked them to cut out that song so that the video can still be there because it's my top 40. So hopefully that just gets silenced and it should be back up there once they've processed it or whatever. And number 2, that means that officially Arcane, Curtains, your song Curtains, I will never listen to again. I'm not listening to it. It's a great song. It made my top 40. But I'm never going to listen to it again, and I'll make sure that I will never have it on any of my lists, nor will I ever give you props again. Because whether it's you or your stupid record company, this is what you get for having a stupid-ass record company. I've said this a few times now because there are a few dumbasses out there that do this. But if you are going to literally ask people to not listen and promote your stuff to other people, then that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the opposite of that. Never listen to that song again, people, because their record company is a fucking dumbass. So this kind of stuff makes me so mad. They just like literally have no ability to think outside their fucking dumbass, which it's still not even smart. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever for them, their artist or anybody else's fans. They are just fucking stupid. So never, ever, ever, ever listen to that song again, people. Let them die a sweet death because their record company's fucking stupid. Change your name, Arcane, because your record company is ruining you guys. Anyway. Yeah, I should replace it with Party All the Time. It's a good idea. All right, well, let's get into this because this is kind of a long set, I think, of course. So Cucumber Macumber has kind of replaced Manuel Romero for these long ass sets. So here we go. All right. He says there are 6 songs for this group, most of which are by bands you all should have heard of before, but I don't know. I've heard of a couple of the bands when I'm looking at it, but yeah. This first one I've never heard of. So this is Free Salamander Exhibit. Another fucking weird name. Free Salamander Exhibit. What kind of a fucking band name is that? Hey, Free Alexander Exhibit, if you're listening to this, change your name. That's the stupidest name in the freaking world. The song is called Oxen of the Sun, and it's a 10-minute song. So, it says this band was formed from leftover members of Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. Okay, that makes sense. So, Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum, you also need to change your name. Let's just stop coming up with stupid names. But this song happens to be, for me, one of the best avant-garde metal songs of all time. Okay, whenever I see avant-garde, I'm probably not going to like it. The bass is monstrous, okay? The guitar work is minimalistic but highly effective. There's some killer grooves in this song that make it memorable, but it's not going to make sense because it's avant-garde and all these like different cool riffs are not going to go together very well, I'm guessing. But I'm still curious to see how the group receives this song. There's even a climax that introduces some blast beats. Uh-oh. Colin's going to be happy. And Ryan. Which is highly unusual to find in avant-garde music, even of the metal variety. I hope you all enjoy this track as much as I did when I first heard it. So here we go with the Free Salamander Exhibit. The song is called Oxen of the Sun, and it's fucking 10 minutes long of probably crazy, eclectic, weird riffs. I'm sorry, yes, Adrian, Arcane Roots, my bad. Here we go with some... Do I need to turn this up? Okay. Oh my god. Sounds almost like musical-esque. Yeah, that bass is like a wow, wow. It sounds like it's recorded in someone's basement, like on a 4-track. So far, this is very eccentric for sure, and I don't really know how to take it. I like it, but I don't. It seems weird. Yeah, Colin, that's exactly what I'm thinking. It's like a drug trip. I like that part. What's up, Michael? Yeah, I like that riff. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Jason. It's almost like a, and the singer sound reminds me a little bit of Pain of Salvation, a little bit. Era. What's up, Ryan? Okay, there's a nice switch in tempo. We're into a Primus section now. Adrian, that would be funny at like a Halloween party. Yeah, this is a very, very Primus section here. Yeah, it's got like a funky part to it. I imagine that's what his face looks like too when he's singing. Colin. Like that. Oh, that was cool. I love that. Yeah, exactly, Adrian. I see these guys as like trying too hard to be weird. Hey, what's up, Katon? Katon? Still haven't told me how to pronunciate your name. Is it Katon or Katon? The thoughts of your inexhaustible Yeah, Cucumber Macumber, I'm trying to figure out how I feel about it. I do know that I think, like most people, the singing has got to go. But the music itself, there's a lot of cool parts to it for sure. But that has to go. It sounds like orcs. I feel like it's orcs singing. Definitely some cool riffs like you mentioned, Cucumber. Whoa. There's those blast beats, right? I can't tell though, I can't hear them. Yeah, Master. Where else are they gonna go? They're sitting in the Shire. They're ruining the Shire. They came to the Shire to sing this kind of music. All the hobbits are like... Scattering stars. Yeah, the music's got some definitely cool stuff to it. Jason. Jason, the only one to pop in. These vocals are great. Oh. Oh, that's gonna do it again. JBB, you say you're a little hesitant, but once you predict where it goes, you kind of like it more. Is it the same with men in your life? Or women? I don't know what your preference is, or both. I'm sure you'll ignore that question, JBB. Is that it? Is that it? All right, I think that's it. Okay, so Cucumber Macumber, I think you JBB, she answered it. Woo! Aren't most people, human beings, predictable to a... Actually, shouldn't they be predictable to a degree? Now, there's obviously extremes to that. If you're too predictable and you have no like kind of risk taking or things that surprise, sure, that's not good either. But to be completely risky all the time and you don't know how to grab someone is not good either. But you know, anyway, Cucumber Macumber, I think you described that song perfectly in your description. Definitely some really cool riffs, and I almost feel like if there was no singing, it would be too kind of weird. So the singing kind of adds a dimension to it that is needed for the kind of weird changes and different stuff. But that kind of singing is not really my cup of tea, obviously. I just don't like the orc singing. It's not my thing. So yeah, I don't know. All right. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Definitely I think the bass was cool, exactly like you said. Lots of cool riffs, and it kind of reminded me of like Frank Zappa-ish, just like that Primus-ish. Had some of those influences in there. So the music itself was like some cool sections for sure. But yeah, I don't think that would go on a playlist or something that I would listen to again unless I was at a Halloween party and wanted to see what everybody's reaction was. like Adrian said. All right, let's get to number 2. Number 2 we've had on the channel before a couple times. This is Mr. Bungle. The song is called The Air Conditioned Nightmare. It's about 4-minute song. By the way, I woke up this morning and feel something in my throat, so that's why I keep clearing my throat. So I'm hoping I might be getting sick, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. We'll have to find out. This is one of my favorite Mr. Bungle tracks. It's from California, even though that's not the best Mr. Bungle album in my opinion. There's some heavy Beach Boys vibes on this one, which is why I find it such a fresh and interesting listen in today's music listening soundscape. Anybody who's a fan of Mr. Bungle, and particularly a fan of the California album, should dig this track. All right, so this is The Air Conditioned Nightmare. I tend to not like this stuff that much because it sounds too carnival to me, but we'll find out. Okay. What's up, John? Welcome. Okay, and definitely Beach Boys. I feel like this is like a a track on a movie, like a theme song. Yeah, I'm already gonna call this one too. Thanks, Ashley. Oh, I thought that was like double bass. I was like, holy crap. Cucumbers against the grain today. Ooh, got a little reggae. Get.
Through my window, from the skyscrapers down to the submarines.
Adrian.
Sledgehammers of truth, and the iron heart of sin. Money smiling, vandalizing, my waking dreams drying up.
Wipe out.
Wipe out. Suicide.
Where's my rainbow?
Yeah, I would say this is not a bad song. Not a bad song. I don't love it, but it's not a bad song.
There's my
Is that it? Doo-doo. Alright, so definitely liked it more than the first song. The fact that it's short makes it better, even. Like, if that song had gone on for like 7 minutes like that, I kind of would have gotten bored. But short, sweet, to the point. I like the harmonies, the Beach Boy feel, and then like the reggae feel. But I don't think I would put that on a playlist to be like, well, maybe I would. Maybe I would. I'm gonna, when I listen again for the second time, I'll decide if I'm gonna put that on a playlist, because I liked it. I didn't love it. But maybe it could grow on me, because it's not a bad song. Not a bad song. I'll give it that. So maybe we'll put that on a list. All right, let's get to number 3. Oh, I haven't heard these guys in a bit. There's a couple songs I used to like by these guys, but this is Incubus. The song is Glass, called Glass. It's only a 3.5-minute song, so it's kind of short again. This is unusual. What's going on? This was right before metal died in the mainstream. I believe this song came out in 1998. Man, I would have been a sophomore in college. But you'll have to do some research on Wiki to verify that. It's essentially a blend of hip-hop and metal in the most interesting way, not in a way that's cringy or corny like a lot of the new metal that was being produced during that time, but in a way that's almost avant-garde in its execution. I love it. Probably my favorite Incubus song, and I'm willing to bet many Incubus fans of the Science album will agree with me. This friggin' thing rocks from start to finish. The groove is undeniable. Brandon Boyd's vocals are great. Just a fantastic track from start to finish, and definitely one of the highlights from this album. All right, let's get into Incubus. I like a lot of Incubus songs. Here we go.
I wonder why.
Yep, sounds very Incubus.
Why?
Like the drums are very tight.
If I had a dime for every time you walked away, I could afford a night
Hera has a
to
shirt
and
of
buy
these
a
guys.
drink and drown my day. But your pockets, they are empty, yeah. Mine are times too. So when I'm looking about face and accept the love I'll send to you, you're never gonna be content if you don't try. Try to see outside your line. Then you go, you did it again. You act as if there's blinders on your eye. Should I apologize?
Ooh. Yeah, the guitar sounds good there.
When I say first, I made this dangerous. Oh, did I crack your shell? When it falls, the wheels they wings in this world. Like a bottle with the coast of get your ingredient trapped up inside. Through the granny glass, we get a glimpse of you. Guess that hot shell represents your pride. We could be different. We could uncover the you deny. Between two, a small discrepancy. One complicates and one simplifies. You're never gonna be content if you don't try. Try to see outside your line. There you go, you did it again. You act as if there's blinders on your eye. Should I apologize?
I kind of like his voice too. Wow, a lot of people are putting this first. Nice bass line there. Nice.
There you go. Looks good. Take those fucking blinders off your eyes.
It's got a very Rage Against the Machine feel, like singer. But a nice bass line.
So if I get a dime for every time you walked away, you can't bet your bottom dollar that I'll be filthy rich back then today. Should I apologize?
This part's grooving for sure.
Oh, did I crack your shell? When it falls, the wheels they exist as well. Should I apologize? When I say burn, I mean the same you're right. Oh, did I crack your shell? When it falls, the wheels they exist as well.
Nice. Wow. Yeah, I think that's definitely a song that could go on a playlist. I do think Incubus, at least the Incubus, and again, I'm not stating that I've heard a ton of Incubus, but I've heard several songs and have a couple of their songs on my playlist already before this channel even started. But I definitely feel like Incubus songs kind of fit the mold of sounding like every other song that they write. Like every Incubus song sounds pretty much the same to me so far. And this was I guess there's a little differences between them, but it's got that same kind of energy, the same kind of singing, the same kind of like grooviness to it. At least the songs that I've heard. So I'd be interested if you guys agree with that or not. They're kind of like Leprous Aphelion with even less uniqueness between songs than that to me. This for the songs that I've heard. What's up, Scott? So little quick story time. The first time I not ever heard Incubus, but first time I remember knowing that it was Incubus and hearing it was when I was in the car, which I still have video of this. I told you guys in another chat recently that, I used to travel around the country dancing. Well, there was one time, I think this would have been probably 2003-ish. I was in Florida for what's called Soulflex, which is the South Beach or South Florida exchange, Lindy Exchange. And I was down there dancing, and I met this girl named Kristen. and she was a cutie. Typically in the swing scene, you've got more kind of nerdy people, not yeah, just kind of like more of a nerdy, chill out crowd. And so you just, in my personal opinion, in my tastes, you don't typically have hot girls in the Lindy scene. You'll either get cute girls, and every once in a while you'll get a hot girl. The hot girls tend to go to the Latin scene, specifically like the cougars go to the West Coast scene. So if you're looking for a cougar, go to the West Coast dancing scene. You'll find some good cougars there. But like the cute, really kind of hot, whatever girls, if that's what you're into, are in the Latin scene, typically salsa and stuff like that. So the swing scene is more of like your cute, sometimes weird kind of theater kind of kids. And this girl was the exception to the rule. This girl named Kristen was cute as hell. And she had so we were driving from one venue to the next venue. And she was driving, and I just hopped in their car, and it was me with 4 girls in the car, and that was nice. And she was driving. I have it on tape, and an Incubus song was on, and I was like, who is this? And she was like, this is Incubus. And then I just imagined like making out with her during that song, even though we didn't make out until later. But that's a good story, right? That's how I remember Incubus. So it's connected to a nice little cute girl story. All right, so let's get into the next song. Number 4, UneXpect. I didn't like these guys that much before. This is a 6-minute song-ish. It's called Feasting Fools. This song is one of my favorites by UneXpect. It's probably one of their heavier songs, though that's debatable. There's some great spotlights by, I don't know how to say that, the bass player, Chaos. It looks like Chaos, but it's Chaos on this song, as well as some pretty creative headbanging riffs that sell you on this song if you let it. I definitely got on the early 2000s, the End Records avant-garde train back in the day, and this is one of my favorites from their era that I feel has stood the test of time. I didn't see much UneXpect in the spreadsheet, but this band definitely deserves some more play on this channel. So here you go. This will be our, I think, second UneXpect song, or maybe third, called Feasting Fools. Here we go. Cumber, I could have... Depends on how you define player. I have one word for this. Bizarre.
Table is set for tragedy.
Cybernetic furries and loss of power.
Crushed by the work of the project. Seek his wingless bats. You are no numeric stake.
Yeah, this is just bizarre nonsense to me. Adrian, I was literally just about to say that. Yeah, I'm putting this last for sure. I'm just like waiting for this to get over. I like that. Bam, 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 bam. Katon, don't play this to your daughter. You might make her into a killer.
Descending visualization halls XYZ after an exquisite destination.
Adrian, I'm 100% with you. What's up, Kelly?
But still such nice colors.
You came at the wrong time, Kelly.
With respect in his pockets.
What I want to know is how anyone likes this enough to get them an album. What record company was like, yeah, this will, yeah. I'd be interested to see how popular they are too. Are these guys really popular? Wouldn't surprise me. Well, Kelly, listening to this song, you'll definitely be able to multitask because there's nothing really to connect the dots. $40 people? How did they continue to make albums? Well, hey, Cucumber McCumber loves these guys. I can't appreciate the drum work, Scott. I mean, other than, wow, he's got some chops. But to me, this sounds like a freaking practice session for the drummer. He's just practicing his rudiments. That's it. Has no soul. Is it over? Thank God. I'm sorry, Cucumber McCumber, but that has just, I mean, the best way I can describe that music is not only taking a blank canvas and just randomly throwing paint on it and calling it art. I would call that shitting in your hand and throwing it on a canvas and calling it art. I just don't get it. I don't get how... I mean, if it's one thing to have like one song like that, to be eclectic or whatever, but it literally, to me, has zero soul and connection at all. And so other than the fact that maybe that's what it's supposed to be, I don't get it completely. So, sorry, man. What's up, Matt? Matt joined us after a while. Yeah, just not my thing. But again, I'm glad you're, putting it on here so that we can, experience shit that you don't like. Cucumber McCumber, I think you would actually like me to shit on your chest. So no, I'm not talking about shitting on your chest. I'm talking about shitting on a canvas. But hey, That's great that you like it. I'm glad that it gives you a boner, but it just makes my wiener and deflate when I hear that. So I did want to address something that was said up the top. To clarify, when I was talking about Incubus sounding the same to me, I very much admitted at the beginning I don't really know them. I just know a couple songs. And the couple songs that I've heard, they sound the same to me. Sound very similar. But sure, maybe they're very, very different. That's a great possibility and probably true. But for me, the 5 or 6 songs that I've heard sound very much what that song sounded like. So there you go. That's my disclaimer. All right. Next. Uh-oh. So the last like several songs, I would say 4 or 5, like straight of this band I've really, really liked, but they tend to be hit or miss for me. This is Pain of Salvation with Waking Every God. I believe this song is off of Remedy Lane, but I could be wrong. I love the piano in this song. It reminds me of some avant-garde Age of... So I guess we're doing avant-garde for this set, almost every song. It reminds me of some avant-garde Age of Silence Andy Winter's play here, setting a mood to the track that transports me to another time and place. Regardless, I saw that Pain of Salvation is one of the most popular bands on this channel, judging by the spreadsheet. Yeah, after Haken. Haken definitely has the most plays on here. And maybe Opeth and Devin. They have a lot. And this is one of my favorite songs by them, so I thought I would include it in this set just in case people haven't heard it. I also really enjoy the clean vocals in the song, although I don't know the name of the frontman. I really should at this point. Hopefully, someone in the chat can fill me in on his name. I'd like to give him credit for an outstanding track. Okay, here we go with Waking Every God. This is a 5-minute song by Pain of Salvation. Okay. Ooh, I like that fit. Ooh. Love this progression. Dude, this might be like the 5th straight Pain of Salvation song I've liked. Exactly, Colin. We're in like actual formation of music. This sounds really good. Again, his voice, if it's all theatrical, I don't like it. Otherwise, I do. Well, I know for sure, Ryan, that I've really liked the last several songs by these guys. Scott. Keeps going like this. It's going to be my number 1 off the set. It's the 5th song, everybody, just so you know. It's the 5th song. Yes, I like that. Very catchy there. Yeah, I think it's gonna stay that way for me too. I like that. Dun, dun, dun. It sounds like a dun, dun, dun. Definitely catchy. I really like this song. See, I love that. Dun, dun, dun. Wow. To hear that live would be interesting. Is that the end? All right. Definitely my favorite song off this set. I would put that on a playlist, and I am kind of finding it quite interesting that maybe, I mean, I really don't know the answer to this, but maybe it's because you guys are picking better songs that like Pain of Salvation that I like, or they just are growing on me more and more, like I think Scott said, or whoever said it. Or I think it was Ryan that said it. Maybe they are growing on me a little bit more. But probably the last 5 songs have all gone on playlists, and I've really dug. But I said, like, they're very hit or miss for me before that. But they've had quite a nice slew of hits for me in the past 4 or 5 reactions from them. So I liked it. Thought I love that dum dum dun dum 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 dun. Like, it's very catchy, and it kept repeating nicely throughout the song, even in the background when they were on something else. You could hear it in the background. I thought that was well played. So nice job, Pain of Salvation. I'm sure the Pain of Salvation fans are happy because, you know what's interesting? The Pain of Salvation fans, and this is just my experience on this channel, have been some of the most understanding and nice fans when I say, oh, I can't stand that song sucks. Almost like the opposite of Nightwish fans. Nightwish fans, if you say something like, I don't like their music or I don't like that, it's not even that. If you don't like lick the shit out of their fucking assholes every single song, they fucking ram you. They're just like, oh god, they're the best in the fucking world, and I can't believe you didn't understand how fucking awesome they are. When I even said I liked the song, I was like, oh, I like the song and it's great, and you know, blah blah blah, and I got like all these hate comments about how awesome I missed how great they were. Whereas Pain of Salvation fans, I've literally said that song is shit, don't like it, never gonna listen to it again, and like in the comments they were cool. They were like, yeah man, this is cool, and just like chill. So I appreciate that, Pain of Salvation fans. So you should be happy that I really like the song, and I've liked the last 4 or 5 songs. So all right, so the last song on the set is going to be Neurosis. I've never heard of them. And the song is called The Tide. It's a fucking 9-minute song, so here we go. This is Neurosis's best song in my opinion. It's off an album I used to have on vinyl, A Sun That Never Sets, which is an incredible experience to listen to front to back. This again came out in the early 2000s, but I think it capitalizes on what Neurosis is best at, setting an incredible atmosphere, cool, hitting you with some heavy riffs, cool, and Scott Kelly delivering some of the most tortured clean vocals you'll ever hear. Okay, 3 things. There's quite a lot of grit in his delivery, but it isn't completely over the territory of growling. It's more of a throaty shout with gravel embedded in it. You'll see, great track. So he says, that's all I got for this set. I hope all of you enjoy these selections and give me some feedback on how I can improve. Well, it's not about improving, dude. It's just what you like. Thanks, Kat, for your continued sponsorship of these live streams. Thank you for turning them in. And your diligence with making sure everyone who contributes gets a chance to get their songs played. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Of course I do, because that's what this channel really is. I mean, I really love the fact that we're being exposed to new things. Not your wiener, Macumber, but being exposed to new music. And yeah, that's what this whole channel's about, is whether I like it or not, that's not the point. It's a chance for you all to share what you love. And hopefully people come along the way and love some of the stuff that you love and build the community that we've built. So, all right, this is Neurosis, The Tide, for our last song of the day. Boom. The fair in Germany. Catone, come to the US, man. I like how it's starting. It's probably gonna go fucking nuts. Just like punch me in the nuts. God, yeah, you guys are just my beer money. Actually, you're my happy ending massage money. How's that feel for you? Oh, sorry, Macumber. Well, don't show your vagina on either in your pictures. All right, Michael. See you later, buddy.
Where are they now? They are gone.
I'm liking this so far. Good setting. There's this atmosphere he described.
Run to the sea.
To the sea.
Under the way.
Cool. Kind of sounds eerie.
Been said. Can you hear them?
Digging this for sure.
Their voices are free.
Free.
Free from the sun stare. Free from the
It reminds me of Pain of Salvation just a bit. But his voice definitely sounds different. Yeah. Whoa. Was that a skip in the music? Did anybody else hear that? That sounded like a skip in the music. I love that. That's a low B. Yeah, listen to that low B.
in exiled sound.
washed in with the tide.
See ya, Colin. Have a great weekend. Well, the rest of your weekend. Dude, I love that low beat.
Their voices are free. Free from the sun stare. Free from the noise of lost souls.
Dude, I'm liking the way this is building too. I mean, it's a 9-minute song, so. The bass drum on this sounds like on my old electronic DD12. It was like an actual setting called Arena, and the Arena sound had this like, it's almost like a deadened drum bass sound. Doesn't have much energy and power to it. It's like muffled. Dude, this is definitely... Right now, this is between first and second for sure. I just don't know if it's better than the Pain of Salvation song yet. We'll have to see. Exactly, Baggins. I've always said, halftime is life. Lower tempo is life. It allows the song to breathe emotion. Fast, really quick blast beats just like take out the emotion of a song. And it just like limits it to one, which is energy. Oh yeah. Yeah. Bah. Yeah. Bah. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I'm digging this. I mean, I guess I thought it was going to be heavier than this, but I don't mind that it's not. Nice fade out too. Oh, yep. I think now that it's ended, I can officially say it's my number one. I like the Pain of Salvation song second. And then everything else after that is eh. The Mr. Bungle song is eh. It's like not eh. Man. I'm telling you, I tend to like Doom. I guess Scott is, at least in my mind, is the first one that I introduced that to, or introduced me to that, is how I should say it. And I've liked it. Again, slower tempo, got kind of like almost a depressive mood to it. Yeah, I definitely like slower tempo. I'm going to tend to not like avant-garde, crazy fast, metal, like neo metal, power metal. Those are just not what I tend to like. There are a few exceptions to that rule that I'm happy that I've been introduced to on this channel, which is the whole fucking point of the channel, which we've said many, many times. So, yeah. That wraps up our set here. Like I said, we have a lot of sets coming for the future. We just got another set from Colin this morning, which he's labeling his heavy set. So for Colin, that could mean heavy power metal set. I don't know what that means, but we'll find out. And again, we are backed up all the way through the first weekend of October. So if you want your sets, you got to turn them in now, and they'll probably be coming in a week or two. And Cucumber McCumber is now finished his 5th set. So I think next weekend will be his 6th and 7th set, or maybe this was the 6th set. I can't remember. Either way, he has 9 sets coming. So he's going to keep us busy for at least a couple weeks. And the last thing I'm going to say for all of those people, I waited till the end to say it because I know some of you people don't give a shit at all. And so I didn't want to say it at the beginning, but I'm going to say it at the end now. Finally, yesterday, I was very happy to see that Ohio State finally put most of the offensive pieces, put all of the offensive pieces together. However, the defense did look a little shaky here and there. They did great overall, but they did look shaky. We did have 3 starters that were out all of a sudden. So that's part of it. 3 starters were hurt. We've had we got through the spring and the summer with no injuries, which is very unusual, or very little injuries. But we've had a shit-ass time with injuries as the season has started. So on the first drive, we scored quickly, and Trevion Henderson, our running back, got hurt on the first drive, even though he didn't get hit hard. He just twisted his ankle or something. And then 3 defensive backs were out. So although that did allow Sonny Styles, who's a 5-star freshman, come in, and he was just putting the boom on people. So I can't wait to see him come in. And I've said this before, Ohio State just, and I know every team has a hard time with this, but Ohio State in particular has a hard time putting the offense and defense playing at a high level on the field at the same time. It's either the offense is doing well and the defense sucks, or the defense is doing well and the offense sucks. And yesterday was as close to both firing on all cylinders, yet the defense was kind of sketchy because of people being out and because I still think they're kind of learning who they are. I was very kind of worried yesterday, and I'm still a little bit worried because Shittigan, their offense now for 3 games, even though they've played absolutely no one, have scored a lot of points. They're not usually a high scoring, high octane offense. Especially last year, they lost their 2 defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator, and they lost 7 people on the defensive end, and just was not expecting them to be they were going to have some growing pains. They'd probably be good, but not great. But they're showing that even with shitty teams, because even with shitty teams this year, a lot of people are losing to shitty teams, let alone not killing them. They've consistently killed their teams. They were scoring 50, 60 points on teams, which is not a Shittigan kind of thing. And so I was like, oh shit, man, their offense is looking pretty good. We're not expecting them to be this good. Even Urban Meyer mentioned on the noon kickoff that they weren't expecting them to be that good. And then I saw Ohio State, who dropped 77 points on a probably better team. Toledo's not great, but they're better than UConn. And they're probably going to win the MAC. Dropped 77 points on them and just had their way with them. So was a little less worried. Kind of okay, the offense is clicking, or will be clicking more and more. Once we get the defense, and I think it was a good test for our defense because that running quarterback is literally the only thing that gave them points and kept them alive. And J.J. McCarthy is not as good as that guy, but is also a running quarterback, so they'll kind of get us prepared for that bitch. But yeah, I was really happy. Yesterday was the way that Ohio State should have been playing the whole year so far, and we've been waiting for it, and they finally started to. So let's see if they can continue that as we get into Big Ten play next week with Wisconsin, which is also at 7 o'clock, 7:30. It's like so weird that we keep playing at night. Night games used to be like once a year at the most. So anyway, I don't, it's never going to get in between my friendship with you, Ashley, or anybody else, but I'm definitely not going to, I'm never going to call them their actual name. It's always that team up north or shit again, because that's what they are. So anyway, thought I would say that. You guys have a great day, and I will see you guys here tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we are here with Scott K. Scott K's set is ready to go on a Monday night. You guys have a great one. See you tomorrow.